Hi, this is Pete. Welcome to my channel. And here we are with the KORG volca drum and my little review of this little machine. Let's start with a little story. Once upon a time, when I was mainly working with a computer, one of my favorite plugins was the Sonic Charge Microtonic. It comes with a layer-based drum synthesizer with a great sound, an intuitive user interface and a very low CPU load. Later, when I turned away from the computer, I had the dream that someday this great plugin would be reborn as a hardware drum machine. And then we actually saw a reincarnation within the body of a pocket operator. The first device, I guess, was the PO32. Great. Really great? I had to realize that this device had no MIDI, a user interface I could not live with, sorry. And finally, it's mono. Please note that the original Microtonic assumes that you have two ears. It can produce stunning stereo. So for me, 3 no-goes at once. And now we have the volca drum with a layer-based digital drum synthesizer, and it has MIDI, it has an appealing user interface, and it's stereo. So did my dreams come true? In principle, yes. And I will show you why. First of all, the sound engine of the volca drum is simple but powerful. In contrast to the drum synthesizers in Sonic Potion's LXR and the Nord Drum 3P, the volca drum engine can be explained in half a minute. So take the stopwatch. The volca has 6 identical parts, and each part has 2 identical layers. Each layer has an oscillator which can generate sine, sawtooth or different kinds of filtered noise. Pitch can be modulated by envelope or LFO, including noise. For the 2-stage amplitude envelope, you can choose among 3 different variants. In addition, for each part, there are several sound modifiers like bit reduction or overdrive. Finally, pan position and send level for the delay-based effect processor. That's it. By the way, for the effect processor, KORG made an interesting choice. Its name is Waveguide Resonator. In principle, it is a kind of delay effect, where you can vary delay time and feedback over a wide range. There are 2 model variants for the resonator, tube and string, which together with the so-called body parameter can widely vary the basic sound of the effect. The user interface is a mix of dedicated knobs associated with particular parameters. The majority, that's good. And 2 multifunctional knobs, these are the black ones. Surely a compromise to limit the number of knobs. New on volca is the higher resolution display, which I found really helpful for editing. Now let's take a short look at the sequencer. It's volca typical. 16 steps for each part with motion sequencing, say recording of parameter changes. New is that for each part you can deactivate individual selection of steps, which then can result in sequences of different length. Great for polyrhythmical patterns. Furthermore, you can set a stepwise accent and slice. Slice means you can get fast note repetitions, also known as ratchet effect. In addition, you have a stepwise parameter which sets the probability of a step being played. Great for random variations. Finally, a few shortcomings of the volca drum with the current firmware. First of all, if you switch between different parts or layers and then turn the knobs, you will often face hard parameter jumps. These can also occur when changing parameters with the multifunctional knobs. When I was playing around with the volca drum, I often produced annoying parameter jumps just by accidental contact. in particular not lies with the pitch knob. KORG, please implement some parameter catch mode like you did for the monologue, for example. Another shortcoming of the volca drum I faced with the current MIDI implementation. In principle, the MIDI implementation is quite okay. KORG now offers two variants, a multi-channel and a single-channel implementation. KORG says it depends on the basic MIDI channel which implementation is active. I did not try. By default, you have the multi-channel mode, which occupies 6 MIDI channels but offers an almost complete implementation. In single-channel mode, only a subset of the parameters is mapped to MIDI control changes. But now guess what happens when you play the volca from an external keyboard? Yes, in both modes, MIDI note number and velocity are ignored. Unfortunately, the same unpleasant implementation as with the volca sample. Not nice when you realize that the volca drum has a really great potential for bass sounds. Now my conclusion. For me, the volca drum is the most exciting volca so far. A great new sound engine together with a nice user interface and an updated volca sequencer. This combination gives you an almost perfect tool for creating novel beats beyond the mainstream. If you ask me, which of these three guys I would take as the only device when going to a lonely island, I must say that I would take the volca. You might argue I would do this because it can be battery powered, but that's not the reason. Don't get me wrong, the LXR and the Nord drum can be great tools, but it takes much time and even more patience to unleash the full potential of these machines. In comparison, the volca drum is almost pure fun. And for demonstration, I have recorded some kind of explorative jam, which I hope you will enjoy in the following. If you like the whole video, it would be great if you subscribe to my channel. But now it's time to turn the microphone off and just make some noise. Stay tuned.